Theatre of Cruelty. On the 4th of January 1928, Leonard Woolley cabled back from Iraq to his sponsors at the University of Pennsylvania, in Latin to assure privacy, with exciting news. Tumulus saxis extructum, latericia arcatum, integrum in veni reginae, shubad vesti gemata, caronis floribus, belluisque in textis decorae, manilibis poculis auri sumptuosae. Woolley. On the faded telegram in the University Museum, someone has scrawled a rough translation. I found the intact tomb, stone-built, and vaulted over with bricks of Queen Shubad, adorned with a dress in which gems, flower crowns, and animal figures are woven. Tomb magnificent, with jewels and golden cups. Woolley. The royal graves of Ur vie with Tutankhamun's tomb in Egypt and the terracotta warriors of the first emperor Shi Huangdi for the title of most spectacular archaeological discovery of the 20th century. But while Howard Carter's find in 1922 demanded no more of him than to make a tiny breach in the top left-hand corner of a doorway, peer through by light of a candle and see wonderful things, Leonard Woolley's achievement was the result of a very long period of extremely hard work, much of it done by Woolley, his wife, and a single assistant. In his own words, the clearing of the vast cemetery kept us busy for many months, and from beginning to end there was not a day which would not have been a red-letter day in an ordinary excavation. If one remembers specially the royal tombs, it was not so much because others were unexciting as because of the extra labour involved. That heavy labour was performed by a large gang of locally recruited tribesmen, of whose supposed ignorance, recklessness, and dishonesty Woolley often complained. Woolley uncovered 2 cemeteries at Ur from slightly different periods. The earlier included the 16 so-called royal graves. 2 identified as the final resting place of Mescalamdug, hero of the good land, and a lady whose name was formerly Mesopotamian story. Humanity was now in control. Men and women became rulers of their own destiny. To be sure, people were still pious, still presented sacrifices to the temples, offered the libations, performed the rites, invoked the gods' names at every opportunity. But the piety of the age now had a quite different flavour. When Sargon appointed his own daughter to the position of priestess, perhaps the equivalent of managing director or CEO, of the temple of the moon god Nana at Ur, mother house of all moon temples, she brought an element of Bronze Age heroic style into the practice of religion itself. Even here the focus shifted from heaven to earth, from the gods to their worshippers. Sargon's daughter made herself the first identifiable author in history, and the first to express a personal relationship between herself and her god.